Hi, how you doing? My name's Larry, and this is a very special episode of T4. I want to talk to some of the entrepreneurs and business leaders out there. I know it's very hard for us to keep ourselves motivated when trying to take a hold of all that God has given us as far as being businessmen and women for the kingdom of God. It's very hard. I find myself right now going through a lot of training. I've always been a salesman. I've done sales since I was 13. It started in front of my godfather's restaurant, and his name is Cozy Brown. Big Daddy's Kitchen in Pritchard, Alabama. That was a cheap plug. But I've always been around business people, and even now I can't even imagine how I missed that growing up. But as I look at it, my grandfather, he managed two salvage yards in California, in Los Angeles. Working around my godfather, Cozy Brown, which he's been in business all of his young life, 48 years of business to be exact. Then when I look at it, I came back from California, and God put me in a position to be with this guy that was doing concession foods, and he was doing cell phone products and cell phone accessories, and he actually was doing some of the service plans also with a couple of major carriers. And I found myself being infused with him. And now I can look back and say, wow, God has always put me in the atmosphere of business. So now I feel that I should share some of this with you guys. I truly believe that if you want to really do something with yourself in business, the first thing you have to do is learn dedication. You must be dedicated to what you believe in. You must have a vision. You must have a clear understanding of that vision. You must have the hope that it would take for you to complete that vision. Because let me tell you, I've had many bleak moments in my entrepreneurship with the concession foods. I actually owned my own business at 23. The name of the business was T4. But before that, I was essentially running and managing someone else's business when they was out of state. So I've gotten to that point. God has placed those skills in my path. He put them in my hands, and now I'm just continuing to pile upon that and compound all of these magnificent and wonderful ways of seeing how to benefit others. And the first thing, me personally, the first thing that I feel about business is that being in business, you are a servant. I know a lot of times people get caught up and say, hey, you're on your own business. Where the Benz at? Where's the 20-bedroom mansion? The house by the lake? Do you have a private jet? That's not necessarily my goal for being in business. I truly do want to serve the people. I want to help the people. If I can better the people with what I do, that is what I aim for. And that's my vision. So I'm dedicated to that vision. Remember earlier we said, you must have a vision. You must have a clear understanding of that vision. And I have a very clear understanding of my vision. My vision is helping people, serving people. Is there a benefit in the end? Yes. But that's it. It's in the end, because before I can get, even if I was a waiter, I can't get tipped until the meal is finished and the customer feels satisfied with the service in which I gave them. So now I'm at a point where I'm realizing that it's a process and it's something that you have to do in order to get to that next step in business. And the first order of business is that you should be a servant. And when you're at a place and you're buying something to eat, and your tip usually the influence of your choice of how much to leave usually weighs on what kind of service you got from that customer. From that waiter or waitress. Same way in business. People will give word of mouth if your business was great. I believe truly that's the greatest form of marketing and promotion. So have integrity will be the second thing I tell you, or third thing. We said have vision, have clear understanding of the vision, and now we are walking into integrity. Integrity is how you behave while the vision is taking place. So what I believe when a waiter or a waitress wakes up and they go in and they start their shift, they don't envision themselves going throughout a whole day without getting some type of benefit as far as on the tip side. They don't wake up thinking, oh well, you know, it's going to be another day, another 50-cent tip. I don't think they envision that, because they take, first of all, I believe that they take honor in what they do, and if you take honor in what you do, I believe that you get rewarded for that. And so if you approach me in the restaurant as my waiter or waitress, and you got a big smile on your face, you're courteous, concerned, you're attentive to my needs, I feel obligated to give you a bigger tip. That's me. That's me, because I understand with someone putting their all and a little bit of into what they're doing. I respect that. I want to reward that. So when you're in business, walk with integrity, and people will respect and reward. No matter what kind of day they're having. You don't even know how good of you being a servant, how good that would translate over to them in their personal mood, because they may be in a bad way of thinking at that moment, having a bad emotional push, and you come up and you're this nice, attentive, friendly waiter or waitress. Wow, man, you just brighten up my whole day. And that's the same thing I apply to business. When my customer, they may be tired of some service that they had with someone else, they may be frustrated, they may be fed up with paying too much for getting too less. It's my duty to walk in their integrity where I can please them and try to make their day and their business go better. So we said we got to have the vision, have to have the clear understanding of the vision, and we have to have integrity, which is the behavior we display while we are in the process of the vision. Fourth and final thing, being you. I work in sales. A lot of time I've been given what you call a pitch or a script. Some of my old bosses may not like this, but I really never bought into the script. The script is just a structure. I read over it, hey, yeah, these are some of the hot buttons I need to hit with this customer. But I think that I cannot call the same customer and say the same thing to them in the same mannerism that I said with the last customer and expect them to buy into that, because like I said, you may be calling someone and they having a horrible day. And you call them, oh, hi, my name's Larry Benetti. I'm with Wise Guys Home Bowling Service, and hey, can I save you some money today? And these people are like, yo, Mr. Go Lucky, go get out my face. You know, and I'm saying that to say this. Know your customer. Be adamant about their needs, and be adamant about fulfilling their needs. So start on a note, what I'm trying to say is start on an even keel note with them. Stick with the structure of the script, but stay on an even keel viewpoint with them, and try to reach out to them where they are. Then you can escalate the conversation and go forth to another hot point, another hot button, and push that towards yourself. But just don't be fake with it. Be very real. Be 100 with what you're doing. Be genuine. And I guess that covers the whole description I just gave you. Be genuine with your customer, and still stay in the structure that you have been given to approach a customer according to what your company wants. When you own a company, you have to come up with that structure for your employees. And if you cannot buy into that structure, then how can your employees buy into that structure? So that thing works both ways for employees and business owners and employers. This is going to be relatively short. So I'm going to go back over the points with you. Have a vision. Have clear understanding of a vision. Have integrity, which is the behavior you should display while in process and progress of that vision. And be genuine. Be you. These things will allow you to grow. I've always been told never to go into a situation as a tree, but go in as a seed. Because when you go in as a tree, people can easily cut you down. So humility and being genuine are very nice, but understanding what you're doing. Think as a customer. If you're a business owner and you really want to be successful and you want your company to get that word of mouth advertisement, you must think as a customer. Think what they would like, what they would need, what they will accept. What would you accept? If I go to McDonald's and I get my burger and stuff is all over the paper and throw it everywhere in the bag, I mean, I can really ask this question to one of the employees. What if you pulled up to my drive-thru and I gave you this? Would you be satisfied with it? And whatever answer they give me, they held to it. And I don't think anyone would be satisfied with that type of service. So be a servant, and while servicing your customer will service you, because in the end, and only in the end, will you get the tip. Only with satisfactory service will cause for respect and reward from your customer. Truly, I believe that if you're really aiming to be in business, and the thing that holds me together, because I've worked on a lot of jobs that were straight commission, and I think that was a great discipline for me, because I never got caught up with chasing the money. The money's there, but I've grown in integrity, honor, and I display that with wherever and whenever and however I do go or approach what I approach. And I truly believe that you have to have that integrity. You have to have that genuine appeal to yourself. You definitely got to understand your vision, have a clear understanding of your vision, and most importantly, you got to have a vision. You got to know what you're aiming for. And my aim, while in my quest for being an entrepreneur, my aim is simply being a servant. And I believe that being a servant will pay off in the end. So definitely, my friends, be a servant, and with that, everything will turn out like it's supposed to turn out, because you never know who you're servicing. You never know who you are given the opportunity to meet in life. And with that being said, you must make every encounter the best encounter, because who says that you're going to be where you at for forever? And if you know that you're not going to be there for a long period of time, you have aims of going somewhere else, think this to yourself: would it really benefit me to make myself presentable in every encounter that I have? If that's the case, then we can say this: we will get out of this situation. That's where the hope comes in at. You must stay hopeful, must remain enthusiastic about yourself and about what you really want to do. Be adamant at all times to those who you're servicing, and things should unfold the way you see it in your mind. So guys, I'm going to leave you with a little something. I do enjoy talking to you guys all the time, because you are those who hold this thing together. And I hope that I'm giving you something that can help you propel yourself into your destiny, and believing that things will happen.